Welcome to Bad Gear, the show about the world's most hated audio tools. If you were born after 1980, chances are that, in spite of being a total hardware synth snob, you have a dark past dabbling in software instruments. Today we are going to talk about Sylenth1. This plugin of Dutch origin was among the first VST instruments to have a profound stylistic impact on actual music production in the same way as hardware classics like the DX7, M1 or Casio VL1 did. The reason why this piece of software made it on the show is twofold. On the one hand, even back in the day, many similarly priced plugins offered a feature set that goes well beyond what Sylenth1 can do. On the other hand, just think about the electronic music from that time. At the first glance, Sylenth1 is ticking all the boxes. They just aren't real. Two mostly independent parts, with two oscillators each offering VA staples, but no gimmicks like wavetables, samples or even PWM basic filter shapes. A humble set of modulators consisting of two ADSR envelopes and two LFOs, 4 virtual patch points, and a rather old-school FX section with a surprisingly punchy compressor, the usual artificial sweetness, and a step sequencer-like arpeggiator. That's more or less it. It goes without saying that this engine works great for quasi-analog tones, postmodern trance gates, 2010 EDM style crimes, and all kinds of sound effects and noises for breakdowns and drops. However, Lennar Digital implemented some nice tweaks and features to the synth's structure that turned it into the music production workhorse it is known to be. Not only do the LFOs go quite fast, I also appreciate the simple yet functional filter routing and master control. The archaic oscillator design is optimized for ultimate fatness. Up to 8 unison voices per oscillator can be detuned, spread out in stereo, and stacked to tones with polyphony counts that seem astronomically high for people used to hardware synthesizers. General polyphony is restricted to 16 voices though. As we are talking about a real software antique, it comes with a rich history. The UI can still be set to the synth edit style original skin in all its pixely glory.
The Sylence Lady Gaga sounds over here
Gave the Swedish house mafia a chuckle, and the goat lord himself, Deadmau5, admitted to pirating the software on Twitter. Using a backup copy of Sylenth1 seemed to be so en vogue that it turned into a total meme, and DJ Carnage was caught in flagranti using what looked like a pirated version of the plugin. Given this level of popularity, it doesn't come as a surprise that the instrument's original presets involved in countless very successful tracks, and some of them didn't age so well. You want a hardware interface? Feel free to go all in with a specialized Sylence DIY build. Many software instruments from that day and age have become abandonware at this point. Not so Sylenth1, which is still available for roughly the same price as most of its more modern and feature-laden competitors. Many vintage hardware synthesizers have aged like fine wine and still carry a healthy price tag. Do similar rules apply to software like Sylenth1, or is it just another outdated plugin? You have already heard Sylenth1 in today's intro tune. This might be one of my favorite versions to date. Time to commit the cardinal sin of EDM and see if we can get away with using the very first preset in this no additional processing Sylenth1 only jam. That was a real surprise to me. 2010 EDM aesthetics aside, Sylenth1 spits out production-ready tones without sounding overprocessed, and my humble 2021 Mac Mini wasn't breaking a sweat. The filter is super tweakable. I wanna know how the plugin fares as yet another synth in an otherwise stallless setup. As much as I like the professional sheen of silent patches, the fuzzy quality of the humble hybrid rocket is something I would miss in a strictly digital workflow. What is more, I was running into some serious sync issues. Not the plugin's fault, but something to keep in mind here. Sylenth1 is associated with sounds for mainstream charts and big dance floors. Let's explore the dark side of the instrument in this ferociously filtered filth for fun industrial death trap. As someone whose first electronic musical instrument was Rebirth, I am no stranger to in-the-box music production. However, I gradually switched to hardware synths for the same reasons why many of you love them. Streamlined interfaces, a tangible music-making experience, and, last but not least, great sounds. At least when it comes to the latter, Sylenth1 doesn't disappoint. Nice filters, the oscillators have some heft to them, and the UI makes it easy to keep track of what's going on. This simplicity is also the plugin's biggest weakness. Even other old-school instruments like Massive or Serum are better bang for the buck when it comes to sound design options. Regardless of whether you are a hardware person or plugin aficionado, there's one thing you have to give to this ancient piece of software. It aged a lot better than many hardware synths from that era. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed the episode. Feel free to like, subscribe, become a patron and leave a comment what other kind of gear you would like to see and hear on the show. Thanks to all my patrons for supporting the channel and welcome to the monthly Vocoder Shoutout. Last week's MS2000 and the Microkorg are supposed to be based on the same synth engine. Time for a completely unscientific comparison of the two vocoders. Tier 4, Microkorg. Silicon TS5 and 6 MS2000. Again, thank you so much for supporting the channel. See you next month.